Grace and peace to the members and friends of Davidson College Presbyterian Church. When Jesus called his first disciples, he did not invite them to follow him alone, by themselves. Those 12 disciples and the scores of other people who followed Jesus were, in essence, the first church, a community of disciples walking together in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. And then through the Beatitudes and so many other teachings, Jesus shared with them the way of the disciple, a journey that includes the pathway to generosity. This is a way of living that bears witness to our call to respond to God's generous grace with who we are and with what we have. Stewardship, that is the caretaking and use of all of our resources, is therefore not just about money. Of course, churches talk about money. We talk about money because it's part of the way we carry out our mission to love one another and to love the world. We talk about money for the very same reasons that Jesus did, knowing that money is important to us and necessary in our world. Now, during our 2021 stewardship season, a 4-week period that ends on November 21st, a season we are calling the Pathway to Generosity Together, the Stewardship Committee is inviting you to join us on a journey of discovery and to continue along the giving path that we talked about last year. Along the way, there are really 3 questions we want you to be asking yourself. First, how generous has God been with me? Second, what impact does my giving to the church have on others? And finally, where does God want me to be in my giving? We hope these 3 questions will help you as you consider your next steps along the giving path. As you consider those steps, whether you are a first-time giver, an intentional giver, you know the percentage of your income, a growing giver, you're increasing the percentage of your income you give, or that you're a tither, you give 10% of your income, or an extravagant giver, you give more than 10% wherever you are on the giving path. We want you to know that while it is an individual journey, it does intersect with other believers. It impacts the church, our community, and God's world. This shared journey that we will be on together will include daily devotionals, other resources from the Stewardship Committee, resources we'll share all the way up to November 21st when we will all dedicate our estimate of giving cards in worship. You'll hear more about all of this in the weeks to come, and you'll hear it from people like Thomas Hazel and John Bragg, Rebecca Chafin, Orlando Crusolano, Tom Norwood, Ed Wadsworth, Stephen Worley, Ben Yarborough. They are the members of the Stewardship Committee who are, with me, inviting you to walk with us on the pathway to generosity together. This year, more than ever, our response to God's goodness and generosity through our giving, it matters. It's not about budgets or even about buildings. Stewardship is about our response to God, our desire to build up people. This pandemic has reinforced this for me more than ever. The world needs disciples who share God's generous nature and who want to strengthen one another in love. This is what your giving enables. The church, as the embodied love of God through our members and our ministries, it is more important than ever. And the one who asked us to store up treasures in heaven in the Sermon on the Mount, he is the same one who calls us to recognize that in the ministries of the church, we have an embodied reflection of what heavenly treasure looks like. I pray you feel the same way as we walk the pathway to generosity together. The world, our community, our congregation will be better for the shared journey of discipleship. May the Lord bless you and keep you.